All right, we're going to do a visual condition report. So we're looking for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find, and really just assessing the overall condition. And we're going to go panel by panel. All right, we're going to go for a quick test drive here. Before we get started, you do have a bunch of lights on here, and this truck is being sold as is. Just kind of looking around, got all the custom interior. The steering wheel is crooked, and you're going to see it is chewed up really bad. But we're going to do a quick drive. It is on air lift, so we have it raised up for driving. You're going to hear some vibrations here behind me. It's like the plastics and things back here. When you let off the gas, you can hear it goes away. Get back on it. The brakes here. Stops great. Looking at the wheels, you're going to see some age and wear. You're going to see the chipping all in here. You're going to have the spots just kind of all throughout. You can see the barrel. You can see there's no wheel well liner, so all of that's exposed. See the rust starting to form. Looking at the paint, a lot of texture. There's not a lot of depth to it. You can see it's been resprayed. Looking at the mirrors. See, they're all color matched. You're going to have some large dimples here and there. You're going to see overspray on the trim. You're going to see all the texture in the paint. You can see that, a lot of orange peel, more overspray. This panel's been painted as well. You're going to see kind of the heavy orange peel. See the damage down here. I see all the texture in here, and the paint's kind of chipping away. Looking at the bed, got a little dimple there. Got a crack here. Got a chip, typical scuffs and scratches. Got some chips here. All of this just kind of shakes. You can hear that. Got a large crack there. Then looking at this wheel, get up close, you're going to see the chipping. There's a dent right here, little scuffs and scratches. And looking at the roof, overall that looks good. You can see the alignment here. You can see it's rubbing. It's really tight, and then you have a better gap there. You can see the rust forming and the chips there. That headlight looks good. The lower light's nice. The billet grille looks pretty good. You're gonna have typical rock impacts and stuff. You got the painted emblem. You're gonna see it didn't quite get on the edges. This is painted on. It's super cool. Looking at that, you're going to see little flaws here and there, but for the most part looks nice, and it's cool that it is painted. You're going to see a lot of texture in here. You can feel it, and a lot of discoloration. There's no more clarity in that. That lower chrome piece looks good. You can see the battery right there. See all the overspray here onto the billet grill. It does have rash under here. The light up here is really clear. That one is a little more dingy, and it does have a crack. And then you're going to see a lot of texture in the paint here from the repaint. Looking at that gap here, and then here you can see it's a lot less. Looking at the wheel, same condition as all the other ones, typical aging. See that? You're going to see the overspray here, and then kind of the gaps. Looking at that fender, you're going to see the texture from the repaint. You're going to see a lot of texture down here as well. And there's no gloss here. And then you can see the gloss there. So look at that, and you can see here it disappears. Typical little chips on the edges. You got a crack here with some rust forming. Looks good. Lower side, you got a crack right there. So you kind of wrap it around. And that bed is a little more solid. It's not shaky like the other side. Missing a center cap on this one. Got damage right here. I'm going to see all of that. That taillight looks good. These are all painted on. You do have some spider cracking throughout. That taillight looks good. You have some gashes here. Looking at that roll pan. Over here you're going to see a lot of damage and cracks. Typical chipping. And then you're going to see the chipping in here, and the paint colors are all different. Handle's different than this trim around, so it may not show up in camera. But keep in mind, about 10 feet away, this is definitely a looker, but you're going to see the age and wear as you get close. And here's another angle of this. Alright, checking out the interior here on this door panel. You do have a gash right there. You have some wear in there. You got the imitation carbon, that looks good. Speaker cover looks nice. Carpet's clean. The rest of that looks really nice. Here on that trim, that looks good. Typical scratches there. You're gonna have the wear on that bolster, and it's almost wanting to crack right there. You're gonna have the discoloration here, but for the most part looks good. That bolster looks nice. Here on the steering wheel, it is crooked. You can center a little bit more than that, but it stays about that angle. And this steering wheel is heavily chewed up all the way around. You got a hole right here. Got the imitation carbon. Here on the upper side of the dash, that's in great condition. You do have some cracking here on the edge on that leather because this is all custom on that headliner. A little bit of separation, you can see it kind of sagging on the edges. For the most part, it's in good condition. You do have a lot of exposed wiring under here. All right, checking out this panel, all custom wrapped. Got the kind of imitation carbon here. A little bit of wear on that handle. That lower side looks good. Got a hole right there. Typical little scuffs. Looking at the edge, that looks nice. Here on these seats, you're gonna have the wear right here. That looks good. Little markings there. RST. That bolster looks good. That looks nice. There's your airlift remote. You can see all this was custom done. You do have some scratches on the dash. And delamination all around that side mirror. And you have a custom headliner here. You do have some sagging spots, but overall looks good. All right, checking out the engine bay. We're just gonna scan through some of this. It does not have the cover on it. And then when you look at the fuse box, here you're going to see it's missing the cover. And here on the underhood liner you have a couple rips.